Alright, we should be live. What's Gaming Gamers? It's your boy Olino, and I'm coming at you live once again with more Skyrim. Let me send the links out really quick. Need a new web browser window. There we go. And then I need a USP page. Okay, there's also a new short on the channel if people want to watch that. And let me post there. Okay. Easter, I want us to talk to somebody. I think it's the nope, the staircase. Some of these staircases don't lead up to. They lead to like the outside of Skyrim, which is not very useful. Hello, Isran. Hey. Why you have the torture chamber right next to your bedroom, by the way? Good job making her wait here.
This vampire showed up while you were away. I'm guessing it's the one you found in Dim Hollow Crypt. Says it's got something really important to say to you. So let's hear it.
Okay, I get the skulls for an intimidation factor. But why the deer skulls? Like, this just indicates that you hunt. So I don't get why these are in, like, the torture chamber. What's with all the mead?
You probably weren't expecting to see me again.
I'm so confused. What? This is so much mead. Why, Isran, why is there so much mead in here? What is this for? Like, okay, I can understand if you're trying to get information from somebody, and you're gonna...
You probably weren't expecting to see me again.
Serana, don't interrupt me when I'm talking. So, like, I understand, like, getting somebody drunk trying to get information from them. I don't think that works if they know they're in the torture chamber. Okay, Serana, what do you want?
I'd rather not be here either, but I needed to talk to you. It's important, so please just listen, before your friend here loses his patience. Well, it's about me, and the Elder Scroll that was buried with me.
That's a good one, Sava Nox. Scroll.
The reason I had it, and why I was down there, it all comes back to my father. I'm guessing you figured this part out already, but my father's not exactly a good person, even by vampire standards. He wasn't always like that, though. There was a turn. He stumbled onto this obscure prophecy and just kind of lost himself in it.
What do you mean, lost himself?
He just became absorbed. Obsessed. He was kind of sick, actually. The prophecy said that vampires would no longer need to fear the sun. For someone who fancied himself as vampire royalty, that's pretty seductive. Anyway, my mother and I didn't feel like inviting a war with all of Tamriel, so we tried to stop him. That's why I was sealed away with the scroll.
Took a big risk coming here.
I did, but something about you makes me think I can trust you. I hope I'm not wrong.
Okay. I know this is, like, stupid. So, in order to get Serana cured, I'm trying to remember if... I looked it up, and you don't need... Apparently it's just, like, one check. Near the end, you just have to use the, There is a way to lock yourself out of this line of inquiry. Okay, so that's how... Okay, so I see how you can look at it.
Well, let's move then. I'm nothing if not persuasive.
Hi, persuasive. I'm Olino. Alright. Well, what do you think, Isran?
Alright, you've heard what it has to say. Now tell me, is there any reason I shouldn't kill this blood-sucking fiend right now?
Did you not just listen to the conversation? Set your hatred aside, Isran, and see the larger picture. Why is he so upset now about the vampire? Well, I guess he did learn about the Elder Scroll later, but like he told me to go along with the vampire earlier. Whatever.
Set my hatred aside? Not a chance. It's what keeps me strong.
You don't trust her? Fine, trust me. I believe her.
You better know what you're doing. It can stay for now, but if it so much as lays a finger on anyone here, I'll hold you responsible. Got it? You hear me? Don't feel like a guest, because you're not. You're a resource. You're an asset. In the meantime, don't make me regret my sudden outburst of tolerance and generosity. Because if you do, your friend here is going to pay for it.
Thank you for your kindness. I'll remember it the next time I'm feeling hungry. So, in case you didn't notice the giant thing on my back, I have the Elder Scroll with me. Whatever it says, it will have something that can help us stop my father. But of course, neither of us can read it.
Who can?
Well, the Moth Priests are the only ones I've heard of who can do it. They spend years preparing before they start reading, though. Not that it helps us anyway, because they're all half a continent away, in Cyrodiil.
Some Imperial scholar arrived in Skyrim a few days ago. I was staking out the road when I saw him pass by. Maybe that's your Moth Priest.
Do you know where he's staying now?
No, and I'm not going to waste men looking. We're fighting a war against your kind, and I intend to win it. You want to find him? Try talking to anyone who'd meet a traveler. Innkeepers and carriage drivers in the big cities, maybe. But you're on your own.
Any idea how you're going to find a Moth Priest? Skyrim's a pretty big place.
I have given 800,000 gold to carriage drivers. They'll tell me whatever I want. Also say about Nox, we actually played Bannerlord. I didn't do a full gameplay, though. I forget if the stream I was doing one of my Imperial aligned playthroughs or if I was playing as Batanian. But we did that for a while, but kind of fell off of that when I kind of fell off of that around the same time I quit playing Fallout 4 and sort of consolidated on focusing on Skyrim. But yeah, I would like to play more Bannerlord, especially the new DLC. Do you have any ideas?
Well, back before the College of Winterhold was the first place I'd think to go for any kind of magic or historical thing. The wizards know about all kinds of things that people probably shouldn't know about. Actually, now that I think of it, I'm going to come along with you. I've been really wanting to get out and explore a bit.
What do you know about Elder Scrolls?
I mean, as much as anyone. Not a lot. You'd figure a couple hundred years locked away with one would have given me some insight, but no. Turns out you don't learn much from just sleeping with something.
I guess we'll have to learn for that. Keep looking for that Moth Priest then. What does that? Are you saying you want to learn more about me? What is that?
Not at this rate, no.
Alright, so this is apparently dialogue option I can lock you out of. discussing a cure with her. Let me also... I'm just going to drop another save here. I'm going to quick save, and I'm going to reload, because the game's... I don't know if you guys are seeing it. Presumably you are. The game's getting some, like, weird hitching with the dialogue. It might have been because I alt-tabbed out of a dialogue scene or something. Anyways, leave Isran with his piles and piles of meat. Here's the fast way down. Oh, here's the fast way down, by the way, Serana. Oh, wait, I also had other jobs I gotta do. Oh, we gotta go back inside. Oh no, game? No, that's not a good sign. Oh, there we go. Okay. It took a while. Hey, Serana, can you stand under this thing? Does this actually work to deter vampires? No. Hey, Isran, your thing's busted. Although it might also be because it's pretty late in the day.
Need something?
I don't also know how that's supposed to stop a vampire on account of they can be in the sun, but whatever. And this is just some weird, like, hitching and delays. Maybe it's the fort. I think this fort region's pretty big. That might be part of it.
I'm not sure. I've never heard of the Divine speaking directly to someone before.
What's with the hitching in the game? It's like on my computer, or...
So, you think he's just crazy?
I didn't say that. I wondered if perhaps he did it for the attention. But every now and then he'll say something that makes me reconsider.
I suppose we're all a little crazy to be here, right?
Serana sits at the table, they all get up. Alright. Serene?
Well, this isn't exactly a palace, is it? Still, it's sturdy, secure, and seems defensible. I suppose I'd rather be here than most other places in Skyrim. If Isran needs me, it must be pretty bad. I wonder what we're up against here. Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm gonna drop a save and we're gonna... I guess to be safe, I'm gonna just quit the game really quick and we're just gonna reload one of the older saves because this hitching is bizarre and I don't know if the save itself might be corrupted. And might not have liked me alt-tabbing in the middle of the game. Although I guess it might have also not liked me saving when Isran said I was supposed to follow him, so... Oh well. That one, I'm pretty sure. 234 hours of playtime. See if this one runs better. Hey, hey! Oh, I did also tab out of my conversation with Serana several times.
This vampire showed up while you were away. I'm guessing it's the one you found in Dim Hollow Crypt. Says it's got something really important to say to you. So let's hear it.
You probably weren't expecting to see me again.
What are you doing here?
I'd rather not be here either, but I needed to talk. It's important, so please.
Yep.
Well, it's about me, and the Elder Scroll that was buried with me.
What about you?
The reason I was down there, and why I had the Elder Scroll. It all comes back to my father. I'm guessing you figured this part out already, but my father's not exactly a good person, even by vampire standards. He wasn't always like that, though. There was a turn. He stumbled onto this obscure prophecy and just kind of lost himself in it.
What do you mean lost? What sort of prophecy?
It's pointless and vague, like all prophecies. The part he latched onto said that vampires would no longer need to fear the sun. That's what he's after. He wants to control the sun. Have vampires control the world. Anyway, my mother and I didn't feel like inviting a war with all of Tamriel, so we tried to stop him. That's why I was sealed away with the scroll.
Took a big risk coming here.
I did, but something about you makes me think I can trust you. I hope I'm not wrong.
You just have to convince the others you're on our side.
Well, let's move then. I'm nothing if not persuasive.
Hey, Serana.
All right, you've heard what it has to say. Now tell me, is there any reason I shouldn't kill this blood-sucking fiend right now?
Because we're gonna need her help.
Why? Because of that story about the prophecy, about some vampire trying to put the sun out?
Yes.
Do you actually believe any of that?
Why else would you risk her life to come here?
Who knows? Maybe it has a death wish. Maybe it's just insane. I don't really care. It can stay for now. But if it so much as lays a finger on anyone here, I'll hold you responsible. Got it?
Ah, man, it's itching again.
You hear me? Don't feel like a guest, because you're not. You're a resource. You're an asset. In the meantime, don't make me regret my sudden outburst of tolerance and generosity. Because if you do, your friend here is going to pay for it.
Thank you for your kindness. I'll remember it the next time I'm feeling hungry. So, in case you didn't notice the giant thing on my back, I have the Elder Scroll with me. Whatever it says, it will have something that can help us stop my father. But of course, neither of us can read it.
Who can't?
Well, the Moth Priests are the only ones I've heard of who can do it. They spend years preparing before they start reading, though. Not that it helps us anyway, because they're all half a continent away, in Cyrodiil.
Some Imperial scholar arrived in Skyrim a few days ago. I was staking out the road when I saw him pass by. Maybe that's your Moth Priest.
Do you know where he's staying now?
No, and I'm not going to waste men looking. We're fighting a war against your kind, and I intend to win it. You want to find him? Try talking to anyone who'd meet a traveler. Innkeepers and carriage drivers in the big cities, maybe. But you're on your own.
Any idea how you're going to find a Moth Priest? Skyrim's a pretty big place.
Do you have any ideas?
Well, back before you know, the College of Winterhold was the first place I'd think to go for any kind of magic or historical thing. The wizards know about all kinds of things that people probably shouldn't know about. Actually, now that I think of it, I'm going to come along with you. I've been really wanting to get out and explore a bit.
You know about Elder Scrolls?
I mean, as much as anyone. Not a lot. You'd figure a couple hundred years locked away with one would have given me some insight, but no. Turns out you don't learn much from just sleeping with something.
Guess I'll have to keep looking.
I guess so.
Quick save. I guess we'll just try to brute force it. Maybe it'll get back to normal. Let me check, make sure there's nothing going on my computer side. CPU seems fine. Yeah, I've got like no high CPU usage. Okay, there's some lurches in CPU usage maybe. Let's see.
Do you need something?
Were you always vampire?
That's a long story.
I want to hear it.
I guess we kind of have to go way back, to the very beginning. Do you know where vampirism came from?
I guess it came from a Daedric Lord.
Exactly. The first vampire came from Molag Bal. She was not a willing subject, but she was still the first. Molag Bal is a powerful Daedric Lord, and his will is made reality. For those willing to subjugate themselves, he will still bestow the gift, but they must be powerful in their own right before earning his trust.
Did you actually become a vampire?
The ceremony was degrading. Let's not revisit that. But we all took part in it. Not really wholesome family activity, but I guess it's something you do when you give yourselves to a Daedric Lord.
How has it affected your family?
Well, you've met most of us. My father's not exactly the most stable, and eventually he drove my mother crazy with him. And it all ended with me being locked underground for who knows how long. It's definitely been a bad thing, on the whole.
Are you alright?
I will be. Just give me a little time.
Okay, so I'm definitely seeing some spikes in my CPU usage that correspond to the dialogue interactions hitching. But yeah, anything that brings up sort of a context menu. But again, I don't normally look at my CPU performance, so it's hard to say whether or not that's
I knew it would come
normal.
to this one day. I knew. And no one believed.
Man, this hitching is really bad. Let me look up on ESP if it says anything. Bugs. XC is outside image barrier. Alright, whatever. I'll try to just brute force it.
If you're putting yourself in harm's way, you'd best be prepared. Take these. Eastrun had a surprising stockpile of weapons and armor. Take a look.
What can I do to help?
I've located the whereabouts of a vampire masquerading as a common citizen. Track him down and dispose of him.
Oh.
Tread lightly. The law is unaware of the danger and will treat you as a criminal if you are caught.
What is the vampire doing?
Vampires enjoy stalking their prey. Passing among us undetected emboldens them, makes them feel powerful, untouchable. But we'll put a swift end to that.
Can't we inform the Jarl's men of the threat?
Alas, the vampire can cloud the minds of those he preys upon. It won't be easy to convince anyone he's other than he appears. The law will require proof that we can't present, and Jarls disapprove of bloodshed they haven't called for themselves. Best not to damage our reputation. Let your actions be as discreet as possible.
How can I avoid trouble with the law?
You must be clever. Find a way not to be caught or accused of murder. You'll figure something out. We must be vigilant and self-sufficient if we are to defeat these
Oh
monsters.
boy, time for my Dark Brotherhood skills.
The light be with you.
Well, this isn't exactly a palace, is it? Still, it's sturdy, secure, and seems defensible. I suppose I'd rather be here than most other places in Skyrim. If Isran needs me, it must be pretty bad. I wonder what we're up against here. You're already as good as I am. There's nothing you can learn from me. I've only heard stories. Not sure if any of them are true. Like that they were supposed to guard some vampire here, but wound up all becoming vampires themselves when they saw how powerful he was. And then preyed on the rift until finally someone put them down. I guess it doesn't matter now. At least Isran is trying to do something noble with the name. A basic one, of course. That is, assuming you know anything about steelsmithing. It's pretty simple. Talk to Gunmar if you need materials. It's sort of a random assortment of things. See anything useful?
Ooh, new spell.
I want to add some punch to our crossbow capabilities. I've done all I can on my own. I need a little inspiration. I've always been fascinated with Dwemer artifacts. I take them apart, poke around in their guts, and try to figure things out, with mixed results. But as luck would have it, I've tracked down the location of some actual Dwemer diagram drawings. So, if you'd be a dear and collect those plans for me? All right, then.
Okay, so I think that was probably a miscellaneous objective.
Cozy little place, isn't this?
Oh, I couldn't. I meant for free. Oh well.
Yes? Mm-hmm.
Need something? This better be good. Speak with Gunmar. He has something for you. Bring the Dawn Guard honor.
I... Oh, no, you don't.
Oh, okay. So it looks like the problem is that my wait, I bet I know what the problem is. Hold on. Okay, we'll have to brute force our way through this. Did I get them all? I think so. Okay, I believe that the problem is Windows. Because, yeah, my hard drive being at... Or wait, no, is it Steam installing something? Ah, Steam's installing something. Well, I actually thought initially it was Windows doing a security scan, but it's actually just Steam. Looks like there's a big Helldivers patch that's using up my entire disk. So okay, now that I know that that's the problem, we can deal with the hitching for a little bit, and once that finishes, I just won't do any dialogue or anything, which is fine because we have to walk all the way over to Steam. You can't be serious that this is going to be a straight up hour for that to finish. I guess this is the downside of downloading faster than you can write to a hard drive. Can I, like, stop? Okay, it'll stop the download. There we go. That's paused. And my hard drive is free. Okay, that should have fixed things. That was bizarre, but you know. Sorry about that. Visit College of Winterhold. I don't even think really matters. Let's see where all these take us. Visit College of Winterhold. I'm actually curious about going to College of Winterhold because I think the carriage drivers just give some pretty boring dialogue. Does it? Do I not have any other? Yeah, there were other games that had that problem. I think Call of Duty would also have that problem. I mean, Call of Duty had both massive updates and massive,
There's something out there.
You're mine.
Skyrim does give big spikes to...
Where'd you come from? The night belongs to us.
I'm really surprised I have Skyrim installed on my hard drive also. Kind of locked into that at this point, but... Alright, hopefully the game's done hitching. It was actually really interesting watching the spikes in hard drive usage occur. Really should have had this installed on an SSD. Oh well.
Need a ride? It's one of them Imperial scholars, right? Old man with a gray robe. Might be that I have, but I can't say for sure. I got enough troubles on my mind just trying to scrape by out here. Suits me just fine.
6,000 gold to get that info? Yeah. So I think if we succeed the persuasion check, we can find out. I'm assuming the College of Winterhold is the guaranteed answer. I have no idea where on earth the traveling merchant is, though. Did he say anything? Gunmark Raven Rock. You're killing me. Okay. Yeah, we may as well go to Windhelm for that.
I can take you to any of the Hold capital. Where do you want to go? Climb and back, and we'll be off. You'll find Windhelm's full of dark elves. The kind from Morrowind. Not that I have anything against them, as long as they keep to themselves.
Serana, you want to go to Solstheim?
Captain Gjallan does the business around here.
You're asking for trouble walking. If you've got the gold, casting off.
The Northern Maiden is ship.
I'm no fan of the sun, but it would be better than this.
Captain Gjallan does the business around here. I'm just a ship's...
Last time I rode Jolly...
Come on in. Just stoke the fire. Take a seat and get the cold out.
Yes?
Well, let's do a quick little vampire check.
Aye.
Interesting.
Aye.
Show me your wares, merchant.
My wares? So sorry. I'm all sold out. I beg your pardon, sir. I don't know what you're getting at, but whatever it is, it's not appreciated. Why? What do you want?
I'll take you to the monster you're hunting.
Monster? What monster? I don't know what your game is, but I'll humor for a moment. Lead the way. Take me to this monster of yours. But I'm warning you, do anything funny, and you'll regret it.
Honestly, that response is way more suspicious than you not showing up on a detect light spell. Got a note on you? Nope. Actually, I think the dagger might do more damage if I get like a 5 trillion X sneak attack damage. Damn, that's crazy.
If it wasn't for the bulwark, we'd be digging our houses out from beneath the ash by
May as well sleep a little bit.
I don't know who sent you here, but you've given us something to build on here. I hope someday we can... So you're interested in my potions and ingredients? Remember, I have plenty of potions and ingredients if you're ever...
Your actions, if the quality's right, I'll take those off your hands. Let me take a look. Next time you're hungry, stop by.
It's busier now that things are starting to look up. Things are pick. All I'm wondering is how long it'll take for House Redorin to... Take a look.
Ebony Scimitar. Oh, cool. So he starts stocking the tribunal weapons. Okay, well, I already own those, so fine.
If you need any supplies,
Understandable,
you know where to find
considering the differences between us.
I'm not talking about that. I have a knack for smelling trouble, and for some reason you reek of it.
I promise you.
I don't know what you did in those
Good
mines.
intentions towards everyone in this town.
I've never seen him so happy.
You've been a good friend. You got a good thing going here now that you've reopened the mines. I've always had a steady stream of work thanks to the Redorin. However, I've seen the smile on people's faces, and there's hope around here once again. Something we've been lacking for a long time. Looking to protect yourself, or deal some damage? Bring your weapons and armor to me. I'll fix it up right.
Okay, so I got returned to Gunmar for that. Oh, wait, is Serene's thing also... Both of these were Solstheim. Hope Dampall Mine's not the really big one.
There's nothing beyond the bulwark, except wild nords and
The other way. What else? I guess strictly speaking, the Reavers don't need to be Dunmer. amount of times I've had to clear this specific place out. Honestly, I'm less annoyed about having to travel to Solstheim with the knowledge that both of those are here. I'll have to remember that when they don't give the,
Is someone there?
No. Come on, buddy, you can hit harder than that. Oh, almost. Come on, one more swing.
I've had enough.
Okay, two more swings. Come on, one more and you've got me. Nope. How about you, buddy? Oh, come on. You do better than that?
I'm going to put you down.
Come on.
Yeah.
No.
Come on. Third arrow's the charm.
Blade you.
Third arrow would have worked. I'm very amused by how quickly I can block bash. Hey, Serana, you showed up just in time.
I'm okay with the dark, but I've spent more than my share of time in caves already.
Yes.
She was real surprised when I pulled that knife from my boot.
I'd kill for a decent bottle of mead. Not fair that they always take the good stuff. Is someone there?
No. Alright, we don't really need to sneak. We'll be pretty quick here. Hey, people. Oh, because they didn't see us. Ah! Physics objects can absolutely still kill me. Hello?
Is someone there?
Hey, people.
Enough!
Huh?
Mercy!
One downside is Zephyr's all the way down here, so I gotta get used to that.
Is someone there?
I think it collides off the thing.
Must be my imagination.
Yeah, absolutely. River Lords seem to carry a lot more like little pieces of treasure or whatever with them. Oh.
Is someone there?
Where'd you come from?
Del.
Is someone there?
Who's there? Done and done.
Well, at least you didn't resurrect the Reaver Lord, who I might actually be interested in looting. It's a long way down. Dwarven Hall. Hands off the Dwarven Hall until we know who wants this stuff. Word's gone out to find a buyer. Till then, anyone caught snooping around here will get his hands cut off. Okay. Surprised I didn't get that note before. I think the fast way down is to drop down through here. Away we go. This is the way out, this is the way in. We are out of here. Well, let's see, we're gonna have to bring, once we find Dexian, we have to bring him back to Dawn, these guys hang back. Bring him back to Dawnguard, Dawnstar, whatever. Fort Dawnguard. Does that guy want to square up? Is that Serana dealing with him? I don't think so. I think he's flying away. Doo-doo. Who's that? slow time. Come on, buddy. Bite me. Oh, he went ahead and landed.
It's very simple.
Yeah.
Hope our shipments are still good. How long has it been?
I think this guy gets stuck. He doesn't leave with the rest of the people.
By the gods, I don't even know what to say.
Alright,
Where'd you come from? That'll teach.
Hey, Serana, can you come to, Apocrypha for Mace Mora's domain?
It's so bright out here. I don't know how you stand it.
Here's what I do whenever it's too bright. Wait, now I have a question. Wait, this is the wrong one, but which one do I have? Oh, wait, so did this only benefit? I thought this also affected sneaking. Hold on. Pretty sure it does. Okay, why do these not show what the perk options do? Ancient Knowledge increases effective smithing skill by 15% when tempering weapons instead of giving a smithing leveling bonus. Oh. Okay, so Unofficial Patch fixes that. So, I think it is Seeker of Might that lets you make Okay, Seeker of Shadows, I believe, gives an alchemy bonus. So we'll get that, because I don't think we're going to be enchanting anything anytime soon. If I'm right. Man, you can just go to these and, like, immediately get a bunch of loot out of them, huh? I guess Serana didn't come here. Sorry about that, Serana. What were you saying about it being bright out?
Wood? Nakast!
Yep, paper all right.
Wood? Nakast!
With the Ashbourne threat taken care of, I can give my men the rest they deserve. Well done.
Hello.
Hmm? We sail as soon as I'm paid. Casting off.
Actually, I wonder if I can talk... I wonder if... What's his face in the retching Netch is a valid target, so hold on, we're going to talk to him.
The Northern Maiden is ship-shape and...
Sorry, I need to go back.
The maiden doesn't move. Get yourself settled then.
Talk to Captain Galland if you're looking to book
Sorry, Serana, I'm indecisive.
Let's get indoors. Or in a cave. Anywhere, just out of this.
I mean, conceivably this guy has unique voice lines, so he might not have anything for it. Sorry, buddy, I didn't mean to break into your house.
Come on in. Just stoke the fire. Take a seat and get the cold out.
Hey, hey!
Welcome to the Retching Netch Corner Club, home of the finest Sioux jammer that will ever grace your lips. How do you think? It's a... I've got regular paying customers again. Thirsty workers at the end of the day, and more coin than I can count. Haven't heard anything lately. Check back with me. You never know.
Okay, so he does not, in fact, have lines for the Moth Priest, but it would have been funny if he did. Alright, we can go back.
Hmm? The maiden doesn't move. Get yourself settled then.
Too bad we couldn't have it be like in Morrowind, where you could just, you know, pick a Fortify Athletics, Fortify Acrobatics, Fortify Speed, and just blast yourself to Solstheim. You didn't need to take a boat or anything.
If you're looking for passage, talk to Captain Galland.
Talk to Captain Garland if you're looking to book passage.
Wait. I want to talk to the innkeeper inside. This actually might be a tiny bit faster.
Goods and wares of all kinds. This one, take a look. May your road lead you to warm.
Noah, thank you for following on Twitch. What's up? Just hanging out, playing some Skyrim, doing the Dawnguard quest. One of these people, I think, is
You should be more careful with your
This one,
spellcasting.
I give special rates to members of the Thieves Guild. Show me what you've
yeah.
got.
So I think all the Khajiit caravans, once you finish the Thieves Guild quest line, they get like an extra special merchant you can trade with that's got 5,000 gold, which is really great.
You will come to do business with us again.
The only we're just playing with the unofficial Skyrim patch, and we're playing with Anniversary Edition, so we've got all the Creation Club content. I'm not playing with any stuff from the Verified Creator program, which is the new like paid mods service that Bethesda's doing. So yeah, right now we gotta find a Moth Priest. Oh, yeah, I can turn those off. See what happens if we talk to an innkeeper.
Welcome. Let me know if you want anything. I think I've got a clean mug around here. Somewhere.
Hello.
Got some fresh baked bread and good cheese if you're after a bite to eat. Drink for the thirsty, food for the hungry.
Alright. Sell one of these potions for tons of value. Oh, because that gives fortified barter, we get an even better deal selling our potions.
Nah, I don't think so. Enjoy your stay, and don't break nothing.
Sitting here streaming and picking out the mods I want for 40 minutes now, just picking out mods. That's just how it is. You spend, you know, hours picking all the mods, then hours getting all the mods and everything set up in the right load order and everything. And then you boot up the game for 30 minutes and you're like, that's enough. And then just rinse and repeat. I did see the Spiffing Brit played like Skyrim recently where he had like a really detailed like 100+ mod list to make Skyrim much more like of a really hardcore survival challenge. And I'd actually be interested in checking out that mod list sans like the self-imposed time limit he had. But yeah. That's why I just stuck with the unofficial patch. I know people complain about the unofficial patch, and yeah, there's some stuff I don't like about it. But overall, it seems to have the most comprehensive list of bug fixes, so, you know, even playing, like, quote-unquote vanilla Skyrim, it's like, you know, you gotta have something that fixes all the bugs in the game, or at least makes an effort to.
Need a ride? It's one of them Imperial Scholar. Might be that I got enough troubles on my mind just trying to scrape by out.
Not paying 6,000 gold for that.
See ya. I can take you to any of the hold capitals. Where do you want to go?
Before I commit to going to Winterhold, let me just check. I'm wondering who actually can... Okay, so for the innkeepers, only Hulda and the innkeeper at the Bannered Mare have the info. Heard anything about Moth Priest? If I heard anything, it was talk to the city for 3 days straight. Ain't too often we get a visitor like that. Where is he now? He left just a short while ago. They finished up his work. It's time to move on. That's all I can tell. You asked me not to let anyone know. He didn't want the attention.
All right, then.
So we'll talk to Urag at the College of Winterhold.
Carriage, it's one of them Imperial scholars, right?
Yeah.
Old man with a grey robe.
Trapped.
Yes.
Trapped in dialogue.
Where do you want to go?
We need to go to Winterhold anyways.
Climbing back and we'll be off. You ever met one of them cats? Khajiit, I think they call themselves. I hear there's whole countries full of them down south.
Yeah, I'll also grab a drink. I'll be right back in a second.
This must be that beautiful Skyrim weather I've always heard about.
Alright, I'm back. Sorry about that. I had a Philly cheesesteak for dinner, and that is salty, so I've been drinking a lot of water as a result. Alright, let's go talk to Urag. He's the fallback answer if you don't get, if you can't get, you can't get the innkeeper or the carriage drivers because you either don't have high enough speech skill or you can't afford it. Hello.
This better be good. We were able to figure out the last text you brought in. I thought the least I could do is pass the knowledge along. A moth priest? What in Oblivion do you need a moth priest for?
Do you see the vampire with the Elder Scroll on her back over here? Urag? Context clues? No? Okay, whatever.
Fine, fine. No need to get your britches in a twist. The obvious answer is to go to the Imperial City. The Moth Priests make their home in the White Gold Tower. Sometimes they go out looking for Elder Scrolls. Lucky for you, there's a Moth Priest in Skyrim right now, doing just that. He stopped in to do some research in the library, then left for Dragonbridge. If you hurry, you might catch him there.
Alright. Do we want to stop at the Archmage's? Yeah, we may stop here. Alright. Oh sweet, all the ingredients regrew. Don't mind me. I mean, honestly, the fact that they keep restocking the Archmage's quarters, like this stuff's pretty valuable. You take, like, everything. Don't know where they could get all the skulls to decorate here, but whatever. Hi, Shauna. Good to see you. Just playing some Skyrim again. I'm really trying to beat this game before October. It's crazy to think that I've been playing this save for 2 years now. Oh, yeah? Yeah, I just made that. Yeah, I had that, it's from my stream, like, a couple days ago. I really should make more shorts out of my, live streams, but I need to remember it. It's kind of annoying because you have to do it on your phone. You can't do it from the desktop because I stream from the desktop. And it's a little tough because it also, you know, it puts it in the phone portrait, so it only, you know, you only see, like, you know, this much of the screen or whatever. So you might lose some context if I try to show something. But I thought that moment was pretty funny. Pretty topical. Oh yeah, the Archmage's robes. They just give me an infinite set of Archmage's robes. Sleep. The rest till like 6, so it's warmer outside. Winterhold, like, always has a snowstorm. Hands down the worst place to travel to. I didn't know this, so... Fun fact in Skyrim. Because I guess I've never been arrested in Winterhold before. But, if you get arrested in Winterhold, there's no jail in Winterhold. They send you up here to the Chill, which is like this northernmost position on the map, basically. Okay, I guess technically in terms of latitude, Broken Ore Grotto's pretty close. But actually, no, I think the Chill is technically further north than Castle Volkihar or, yeah, the northernmost point on the map. In the base game, there's no fast travel marker, but this is the jail they will send you to, which they have like a Frost Atronach jailer, which is wild. They also don't, it's the one place where you don't get your stuff confiscated from you, so you can just, like, immediately lockpick the cage and get out. You just have to fight the Frost Atronachs that are guarding it. But that's pretty wild, and also makes me wonder how much they call it. Makes me think that the Whiterun guards are even more ungrateful, considering it's probably the college providing them with those Frost Atronachs, but whatever. So I want to go to Frostflow Lighthouse, because... there's a bug in there. Also show one of my favorite things to do in the game now. Let's drink a potion of Fortify Illusion. And then Boots of Blinding Speed. Let's go. These are the boots that make an appearance from... Is that bear? Yeah, I don't care. They make an appearance from Morrowind. They're called the Boots of Blinding Speed. Can't see a thing while they're active. If you use spells like Become Ethereal and... or well, if you use the Become Ethereal Shout and Orbs and like an Invisibility or Night Vision spell, you can kind of see okay-ish. But yeah, it's kind of funny to do that on occasion. Is it really practical? No, not really. Oh, God. We've aggroed so much stuff. Been a while since I've been this way, so there's a lot of wildlife for me to upset. I bet Serana's off biting. Oh, nope, they de-aggroed. Alright. Actually...
What?
Oh, there's Serana. Wait, no, you're vampires. Well, Serana's also a vampire, but you're not Serana. You know, assuming these are members of Castle Volkihar, I'm kind of surprised that they're so eager to, like, try and kill Serana. But I guess, Harkon, Harkon, you know, the implication is that Harkon really just cares about his, the Elders probably didn't really care about Serana. Oh, man. We have aggroed over here. Like, I also run, like, really quickly to get away from these guys, and then I just end up running back because we aggro a bunch of creatures that I go back and deal with.
What? Nakas!
So cold. Winterholt's just the most tedious place to travel. Oh, but we're near the lighthouse, actually. Let me make a marker so I actually know to go near the lighthouse, because we're going to need to go up.
What? Nakas!
Try Talos? So I think that stacks with, yeah. Hey, Sir Mount, good to see you. What's the max level in Skyrim? So, from my understanding of the game, the actual max level... So originally in Skyrim, I forget which DLC added the ability... I think it was a DLC that had the ability to make skills legendary, although that might have been an update. In the original version of Skyrim, the max level you could go to was level 8, level 83 or something. That's why the Ebony Warrior shows up at level 80, is because, you know, you've basically maxed out every skill at that point. By the time you're level 80, if you're playing the game normally. When they added the ability to make skills legendary, they effectively removed the level cap. Now, because of the way the integer value for the level in Skyrim is stored, I believe there is an effective limit of about 65,530, something around there. Which, if you go beyond that, you trigger an integer overflow. So, practically speaking, the game's basically uncapped. 300 is... for practical purposes, you need to get to, like, level 250 or 260, and then that gives you enough levels to... That gives you enough perk points to upgrade perk. Actually, we have 48, so 300 minus 48, so 252. So level 252 is what you need to unlock every perk in the game. So, for most people, 252 would be the highest you would ever need to level up. For me, I wanted to get every perk, so I needed to level up to 252. Then I wanted to get all my base stats to 1,000. Each base stat starts at 100, so you need, and every time you level them up, you get to put 10 points towards each level. So that requires a total of 270 level ups, which would bring me to level 271. And then at that point, I got to level 271, and I was like, let's just go to 300 and have a nice round number. If you're wondering how I did that, you'll see none of these skills are legendary, none of them are legendary, none of them are legendary, and oh yeah, I made Illusion legendary 215 times, leveling it up from 15 to 100, because every time you make a skill legendary, it resets it to 15, and then you can level it up again. Delicious. Where is the bug? Yeah, but that's why we've been at like level 300 the entire time. So the bug is supposed to be around here somewhere, because we already cleared this dungeon. I'm not going to bother clearing it again, but apparently I missed where the bug is stored. There's a bug in a jar that I need. It's up here. I think it's the moth in a jar.
Where'd you come from? Done and done.
Alright, I'm checking the list. I believe it's the moth in a jar. Oh, wait. I was wrong. I think I got the torch. This has the torch bug in a jar, which I already got. I am looking for the moth in a jar, which is in Duskglow Crevice. So, oops. Yes, we did need to come this way. Where's Duskglow Crevice? There it is. So we actually haven't cleared that. Sport Fellhammer clearable? I doubt it. Oh. No, it says it is clearable. Alright. Put that on the map. Try to get down here.
What?
That's a different fort we've already cleared, so I don't really have any interest. I think that's probably the silver can that hangs out there. How much more do I have to do to 100% the game? The real question is, how does one 100% Skyrim? So, for me, the big thing is that we still have to finish Dawnguard. We still have to finish the main quest, and we have to finish the Civil War. Once we finish those three, then I will start to evaluate any final criteria for, like, stuff that I feel like needs to be done so that I can say I've, like, 100%ed the game.
You can't hide from me.
Because obviously you have to finish all the main quest line, or all the, like, guild and DLC quest lines for 100%. But then I'm also like, I definitely want to do all the Daedra quests. I mean, honestly, you've been going through and kind of doing almost all of the quests and miscellaneous tasks that I can do, even some of the Radiant stuff, like just selling or chopped firewood to people. Because if you do that once, they're counted as favors, so they increase your disposition with people. So they are kind of discrete tasks you want to do at least once in the game. So I've been doing that and starting to mark locations off a little bit. How much we're going to do that going forward. What the heck do I have already? How much else I really need to do for that? Like, we've done a lot of quests. I'll probably try to make sure we do all the Creation Club quests also, because I've never done... Like, the Creation Club quests can be a little bit difficult to track down. And obviously that's new content.
Where'd you come from?
So...
I knew I heard something. No more! I yield! I yield!
But yeah, so I'm hoping... I keep saying that, like, 10 more live streams, and we'll be done. And I said that, like, 6 live streams ago, and we've probably still got... I mean, depends on how much progress we make on Dawnguard. The problem is I started doing Dawnguard, and we kept, we keep having more stuff come up. Like, we keep having more quests that I get tracked doing. So... What happened to her? I think some rocks fell on her, but it doesn't look like they did that much damage, but I guess that triggered her to enter the cowardly animation. But where is the moth? Oh wait, I'm not in here for the moth. I'm going to Duskglow Crevice for the moth. I'm just here to clear this place. But yeah, in terms of how much longer to... I've also been doing some shorter live streams. That's also kind of been taking us a while. And, like, right now I'm sidetracked just clearing this fort out because I want to. Fun fact, in Skyrim, a lot of the forts you can clear out like this, once you clear them out of bandits, a faction will actually move in and take over. Hate when that happens. It's the high-level paralyze effect from, Yep, Skyrim, from the archery tree. What do I not need on here? You can if you want to. I think this one gets, interesting. If you leave the boss alive, you can visit the mine every 10 days. Oh, okay, but this is not one of the mines, though, so general, or not one of the mines. Not one of the forts that'll do it. So in general, a fort that has a cleared option, that one will only ever be inhabited by bandits. But I think Fort Dunstad, and I know Fort Greymore, I believe, these will, they're not clearable. So then they get refilled with the faction members, which actually I should check out Fort Greymore at some point and see if the Imperial Legion has moved in, because that one is obviously in Whiterun Hold, and Jarl Balgruuf is initially neutral, but he still, ends up favoring the Legion. So I believe his hold is still, for all intents and purposes, mostly considered Legion-controlled. He does, also mark down, like, Fort Fellhammer, there's no quests associated with that. Aww. Mark down. Oh, I don't even have my stream record open. I have a little little Word doc I keep of all the stuff I have to keep track of in Skyrim. Mostly the quests we've completed, but I'm now tracking to make sure, like, dungeons that we've done everything we need to do, or everything that can be done in them. Part 67, and also importantly, keeping track of how many Thalmor we've eliminated, because we've killed like 71 Thalmor agents in the game so far. Haven't actually done any quests yet, which is why I haven't marked this down, but we cleared Fort Fellhammer. And there are no more quests associated with that. Duskglow Crevice should be right over here somewhere. Yep, telltale signs of Thalmor and habitation.
The boss is going to cut those creepy cave people to pieces.
Yeah, it'll teach them to steal from us. One of them took my good helmet.
I hope one comes running up here so I can stab it right in the face.
I would be fine if they didn't. Have you seen their eyes? They don't have any. Gross.
Mead. Feeling to get some beer every now and then?
Go to the college, Doc said. Use your smarts, he said. Like I'm supposed to figure out which college he meant.
I do like the line. I didn't realize, so when the bandits say, like, which college he meant, you think that, like, oh, he's obviously talking about the College of Winterhold. But no, there's the Bard's College and the College of Winterhold, so it is actually two different colleges he could have gone to. There's a big... Those engagements, though, where they have, like, the unique dialogue there, that's a big part of the reason why I feel like the game does really push you to do a stealth playthrough, because if you just barge in non-stealthily, like, the dialogue will trigger, but then they'll immediately aggro and terminate the dialogue, which, you know. Yeah, I was figuring things weren't going to go well for their boss.
This is the kind of thing I've been wanting to see.
Really?
It makes everything else worth it.
I guess that's kind of cool, but...
Who's there?
Actually, I'm trying to think of when Serana would have been alive, because... So, is it documented when the first vampire was created? Lore vampire? Okay, so the first vampire was created in the Merithic era, so that would have been before the first era, so yeah. Okay, so we can't really narrow down whether or not she would know about the Thalmor, because the Thalmor became, like, well, the Snow Elves, if we say that, like, the Snow Elves were their name before they became the Thalmor, then it's not clear if Serana would have known about that, because I believe that basically happened to them over the course of, like, the Merithic era and the First era. They've been like this for, like, 1,000 years or so. Hello. Stealthy is my default in every playthrough, even when I try to do something different. Yeah, I mean, for me especially, like, the fact that you can get unique dialogue. How do I get more than 75 XP? What is the XP for anyways? Be like 75 levels? I saw Thalmor here a second ago. This is actually cold, so we actually do need... Most of the caves and everything are warm places, because I'm playing with... This is the survival mode creation that, like, I need to worry about being cold. There's basically no danger of ever being too hot. It's just being cold, which tracks for Skyrim. But this is one of the few caves that's actually cold, so I actually need to care about that. We almost froze to death when we went to Saarthal for the College of Winterhold quest, because Tolfdir walked so slowly and didn't open the door to Saarthal, and there's no fire outside. So we almost froze to death. I think we barely made it in time. We might have actually had to reload a save once or twice for it. Don't trust that. Yeah. I'm looking for a moth in a jar. Well, this is most of the place, so that moth in a jar has to be around here somewhere.
I'm okay with the dark, but I've spent more than my share of time in caves already.
Yes, but do you know where I could find a moth in a jar, Serana? Wait, no, we have to... There has to be a way up, because... That's how we came down here, right? Yes, the skeevers indicate that. Okay, so this is why we came down. Okay, so to the left, there should be a way up. There it is. Very hard to see. Now, in theory, because they're blind, this shouldn't compromise my stealth detection, but... Invisibility spells also work on the Thalmor for some reason. And we are very encumbered. I guess we're near Mirewatch, so we can also swing by there and drop some stuff off and then run to Dragon Bridge, actually. Or we could actually... I don't know if Dragon Bridge is close enough that it doesn't really matter running there versus running to our house. Aha. Despite my...
I don't like the look of this.
Despite my ability to not trigger floor traps, I still trigger tripwires. Oh, and also Serana will set off floor traps as well. Forgot about that.
Tell you what, you start running so I can stab you in the back.
Where'd you come from?
Well, he backed down from that pretty quickly.
Done and done. Who's there?
That guy also had unique dialogue.
Ran off. Yes?
Where'd the guy go? Did you vaporize him? You resurrected him, didn't you? One of the annoying things for Serana is that she does this all the time. Alright, that frees up a little bit of carrying capacity. Gotta fill tomatoes. Was that it? Was there supposed to be a chest or something? This is the way I came up. You made it sound like there was some loot here. Was it in this chest? Alright. Do I have any armor? I like collecting stats. I guess these ebony swords and glass bows and glass war axes I really don't need. They're not anything special. Oh, banded iron armor. I would get rid of that. Bone mold shield also. So where is the moth in a jar? Oh, there it is. Yippee! And we cleared the place. Although it says there's more stuff over here. Oh, this just lets you come back this way. Okay, yeah, we have fully explored it. Cool. Alright. Let's head to Mirewatch, which is just up around this mountain. I guess technically we could go to Heljarchin Hall, fast travel to Morthal. Is that faster? I don't really think it is. Still have the Blessing of Talos? Yeah, because that's 8 hours of real world time. Now granted, more of that will pass as we sleep, but still. Yeah, is that Stormcloak banners? Yeah, Stormcloak banners, so I'm guessing there's Stormcloaks in there now. This one's actually interesting because there's like a little like inn sort of thing here with the stumbling saber cat, which I'm assuming didn't like. No, it does not reopen. There's like a dead barkeeper in here. But I do find that interesting.
If you know any true sons
Yes.
and daughters of Skyrim, tell them to head to Windhelm. Ulfric Stormcloak wants to see them.
What?
There's the Hall of the Vigilant burned, which actually, with you have Dawnguard installed, it burns down at level 10. So you can actually go to it before it burns down, but there are no quests or anything associated with it.
Nakast!
Okay, Mirewatch is just down this way.
What? Nakast!
Another dragon? What are the odds? Where is he? Oh, there he is. Come on, let me get it. Can I get him? Don't think I quite got him to half health. Okay, this be easy though. Woo! There's a downside to me having the Amulet Talus instead of my Battle Necklace. I'll lose out on a little bit of magic damage resistance. Those legendary dragons can still put up quite a fight. Oh sweet, I actually dropped enough stuff that I can actually grab its bones and scales, because it didn't drop that many bones and scales. Waste not, want not. Oh boy! Hooray! I have all the jars. Serana, you could stand up, you know. Serana?
Yes?
Are you... Okay, Serana, I don't know what's up with that, but... There we go. So many filled black soul gems. See anything for me to smelt? No. Probably don't need to keep all the claws on me, but force of habit. I, like, gave up a claw one time and I needed it for a dungeon later, and then I had to go back and get it. I was annoyed. We definitely want to get all the Stones of Barenziah. That's part of what I want to do, because I don't believe I've ever actually done that in a playthrough before, and that's got to be something we do if we're going to 100% it. In fact, that should be something I start doing, looking for that sort of stuff. I wonder... No, doesn't seem to benefit. What does it mechanically say? Okay, that's not super useful. Remember to modify my spell. Also, I need to grab, like, some of these guys, recharge my weapons. These guys do not maintain a ton of charge. Oh boy, time to put all the garbage away. Put some torches away. Arrows. We did a pretty good job maintaining I think we had about 300 last time we were here, so I think we maintained those. pretty well. That's crazy that the Archmage robes... I never realized that the Archmage robes are renewable like that. Oops. I may as well save some of these unique ones that are like... Because some of these do effects that you can't do normally. Like, because Fortified Destruction normally just makes destruction spells... Or wait, does it make destruction spells stronger? I actually don't know. Oh no, this does make destruction spell stronger. Okay, so it is mostly just the speech one, because the one that increases your speech skill, that's a separate effect from the closest thing you can do is a Fortified Barter Potion, which is similar but not exactly the same. So you can actually stack those two effects together. Not that mechanically you really get much of a benefit from doing that, but it is something you can do. Yeah, we've done a pretty good job clearing out our inventory, so I'm pretty happy with that. Alright, let's sleep for a little bit, and then... decide... Dragon Bridge? Yeah, Dragon Bridge really isn't that far, so I don't think it's really worth it taking carriage. Oh, we might trigger, we might actually run into them, though, if we go from that side, so I think we will wait until, We'll take the carriage there, because if we take the carriage there, we can actually talk to the people there and then find out more info there, and not that it really matters if we sequence break these quests, but I like to experience all the parts of the quest and not shortcut them, just because we can. How many quests does it say we've completed on this log? 244. Wrong shout.
Wood? Nakast!
What does it say? Okay, so that didn't use that much time. Actually, did sleeping deplete that at all, or does it purely track real world time? I don't know. Sleeping's got to detract from it a little bit. We'll find out with a carriage ride at least. So, 3 a.m., 4th Frostfall, 7/7/28.
Where do you want to go? Climb and back, and we'll be off. Get up there.
Alright. So, yeah, so it definitely deducts from fast travel time. Hello.
Working hard gives a man reason for drinking hard. Well, that and putting up with a wife like mine.
Know anything about a moth priest visiting Dragonbridge?
Nah, I don't think so.
Okay.
Until next time.
Hello.
Seen some mean-spirited folk pass through lately. Thought I was rid of those sorts when I left Markarth.
Know anything about a moth priest visiting Dragonbridge?
A moth priest? I'm sorry, but I don't know anything about that. Try asking one of the guards.
Okay.
Farewell.
As the Penitus Oculatus, actually, I wonder if they count as a guard, because there's always at least one guy in here, I think.
Citizen? You must be lost. The tavern is down the road a piece.
Nope. Can't talk to him. Hello.
Disrespect the law and you disrespect me.
Know anything about a moth priest visiting Dragonbridge?
Ah, so that was a moth priest then. He rode through town not long ago with an escort of soldiers. They didn't stop, just headed south across the Dragon Bridge.
Oh, yeah, Serana, I have a unicorn, by the way. Hold up, this is a new location, because we've 100% been in this area before, and that cave hasn't spawned. I mean, it's one thing to have, like, a cave and then have it, like, blocked off or whatever, but I think this cave just, like, straight up spawned. Have I been through this area before? Certain hazard in their very reading. This is an interesting thing. Actually, reading an Elder Scroll is quite dangerous. The knaves for who one has received no training in the history of the nature of the Elder Scrolls itself is effectively inert. No prophecy can be scribed nor knowledge obtained. Will not afflict them in any adverse fashion. Such conjecture is impossible to further investigate since the very nature of the study necessitates unlearned subjects. Unguarded intellect's second group that realize the greatest danger from attempting to read the scrolls. Subjects who have attempted it, who have an understanding of the nature of those scrolls, sufficient knowledge to actually read was inscribed there. They have not, however, developed adequate discipline to stave off the mind-shattering effect of having a glimpse of infinity. These unfortunate souls are struck immediately, irrevocably, and completely blind. Such is the price for overreaching one's faculties. It bears mentioning, though, with the blindness also comes a fragment of that hidden knowledge. Mediated understanding was what the Ancestor Moth Priest can attain. These readers also receive blindness, though at a far lesser magnitude. Their vision fogs slightly, but they retain shape, color, and enough acuity to continue to read mundane texts. Knowledge they gain from the scroll is also tempered somewhat. It requires stages of meditation and reflection to fully appreciate and express what one saw. Continue reading, monks become gradually more and more blind, but receive greater, more detailed knowledge. The only knowledge the Elder Scroll imparts is that the monk's next reading shall be his last. Some pose the notion that some other unseen sense is in fact continuing to diminish at this upper range. Vampire's note. Wonder if the Stormcloak's wind is he guarded? I guess he'd still be guarded by an Imperial soldier if he came from Cyrodiil, though. I think is that the woman and her husband? Yeah. I think I looted the note off of her, so. I assume these lead to the same place. Yes.
What was that?
Resist you, monster. I must.
How much longer
Something's
can you
not
keep
right.
this up, Moth Priest? Your mind was strong, but you're exhausted from the struggle.
Enough.
Who's there?
I will resist you, monster. I must.
How much longer can you keep this up, Moth Priest? Your mind was strong, but you're exhausted from the struggle.
Must resist.
Yes. I can feel your defenses crumbling. You want it to end. You want to give in to me. Now, acknowledge me as your master.
Yes, master.
Okay, I think that's the end of that.
Over here.
Oh, that guy's got a lot of hit points.
Your blood will not protect you from me.
I won't fall for your tricks.
Okay, gotta deactivate this thing. Oh, up there. Alright, Dexian, you're free.
But my master is dead.
Who's there?
Ooh, I got some.
Wait,
That'll
stop!
teach
I
you.
yield! That wasn't me. You were fighting. I could see through my eyes, but I could not control my actions. Thank you for breaking that foul vampire's hold over me. Thank the divines for you.
Are you alright? Serana?
If I'd known Skyrim was so dangerous, I'd have brought more guards.
Are you alright?
I'm quite all right, thanks to you. Dexian Evicus is my name. I'm a moth priest of the White Gold Tower. These vampires claimed they had some purpose in store for me, but they wouldn't say what. Probably hoping to ransom me, the fools.
Yeah, we need you to read the vampire that's, or read the Elder Scroll that's on this vampire's back. You know?
You do? All right then, enough mysteries.
We're called the Dawn Guard. We need you to read an Elder Scroll.
You have an Elder Scroll. Remarkable. If my knowledge of history serves me, I recall that the Dawn Guard was an ancient order of vampire hunters. I will be happy to assist you with your Elder Scroll. Just tell me where I need to go.
Find us at Fort Dawn Guard near Stendar's Beacon.
Very well. I'll hurry on my way there before more of those vampires turn up.
Yes?
Is someone there?
Just die!
And these gargoyles are monsters? Huh. Well, that's good. Oh, and do we clear it? Is it clearable? Forebears, hold out. Clearable. No. Lame. Defeat mind controls giant ice to the chest. Very true, Sir Mount. Very true. Guess we'll race you, Dexian. I'll pass this to run a Solitude and grab a carriage for Riften. I did want to check. Okay. Let's go to... Okay, so I'm pretty sure there are a couple of these that I'm missing, so let's run to Solitude.
What?
Actually, it looks like you can get all the Stones of Baranzaya without doing, it's just faster run along the river. Looks like you can get all the Stones of Baranzaya without doing the, you don't need to actually do the main quest. It's just a little bit easier if you do the main quest, but... Let's go...
Hey, watch it!
What? Nakast!
So some people said it's a little bit easier going in the entrance, the staircase entrance over here. I guess if I'm coming directly from the west, it is faster, but otherwise, not really. Oh, have I been here before? No, this is Bill Stenter's room. I guess she's...
We lost 5 guardsmen, my Jarl. If General Tullius continues to conscript our men and send them off to battle, we'll have none left to protect the city.
Yes, I know. The General acted with my blessing. It is vital that we bring Ulfric to justice. But that cannot happen until his army of Stormcloaks is defeated utterly.
Told you that, did he? I'm sworn to protect you, my Jarl, but I'm the last line of defense. The first line is the walls around the city, and the men who patrol them. Men who, I might add, we are precious short on.
I'm aware of that, Bulgar, and I appreciate your dedication. However, if we lose the war, the Guardsmen of Solitude will make a little difference in the end.
No disrespect toward the General, but sometimes I wonder if he's got your best interests at heart. In any case, he won't be turning me into no Imperial soldier. I know my place, and it's at your side.
It comforts me to know that, Bulgar.
Yep, then grab this one. Whoop whoop. Pretty sure I grabbed the one in Proudspire Manor, but we can,
Well done. Very subtle. I beg your pardon?
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I imply that you've been meeting for purposes other than court business? You must forgive me.
Hold your tongue, wizard, or you're likely to lose it.
I should very much like to see you try it, my dear steward.
Stop it, both of you.
From the castle,
You're acting
we
like
used to
children.
just be able to see Solitude over the mountains. It's exactly what I'd imagined.
Alright. I'll double check Proudspire Manor. Pretty sure I've gotten most of these.
You hear the news? The Emperor has been murdered. Right here, in Skyrim. By the gods, if the Dark Brotherhood...
Yeah, also, like, right, like, below the city on a ship, which is still here. Crazy, huh?
Long life to you, Thane.
Top floor and master bedroom, I've 100% grabbed this one before. Yeah.
I'd read stories about the Solitude windmill, but I didn't expect it to be that big.
By the gods, the Emperor's been murdered. Focus on your targets.
Alright, now we gotta go to Riften. Yeah, we've definitely done some of these quests already, though. Unfortunate.
The longer we
I
travel
will
the roads
take
of
a look.
Skyrim, the more empty this land seems. May your road lead you to warm sand.
The road makes this
Welcome
one
to you.
weary.
Usual guild rate. Let's take a look at them.
I need one of those.
I hope that you will come to do business with us again.
Alright. I need to do that. So hold on. Let me start marking the no stone unturned actually, because I could just be doing this in my because we're missing 6, and unfortunately I've been to a lot of these looking at the list. So yeah.
What? Nakast!
Yeah, I guess the Kateria just stays there forever. I wonder if the guards on it respawn. Like, can I see... Or I wonder if you could potentially use it as player housing for safe... If it's got safe storage. That'd be really funny, actually.
What?
Hey.
You picked a bad time to get lost, friend.
Where'd you come from?
Never should have.
I agree, I never should have. Gah!
Lying little harlot. That brat ain't mine.
Where'd you come from?
One rusty second from me. Someone do something.
Done and done.
Now ain't this a surprise?
Come on! Come on!
Done and done. Where'd you come from?
The bro had 3 copies of the Firmament? Why? Head down the waterlog up the opposing stairs in the last room on the table, so it would have been there, so we already got it. Just want to make sure... Alright, that confirms the dainty slowed. I think I could pretty safely say the Archmage's quarters. I've looted everything in that room. Hobbs Fall Cave, I think, is near here. Grotto clearable. Hob was over here. Brinewater Grotto. Okay, it's not clearable. I believe that's for part of the Thieves Guild quest. Yeah. Let's just head to the...
It'll be good to get out of the sun for a while.
Yeah, but if we go into a cave, you complain, Serana, so which is it? The joint's a plus 50% move speed.
What?
If I had to do it over again, I think I would get like a more enchantments mod that lets you put like every enchantment on every piece of gear, because honestly, with the base enchantments, you can get some pretty powerful gear already. But I don't think putting more enchantment ability... I guess the biggest thing would be you can't let yourself put Fortify enchanting on pieces of armor. Because if you did, that would run away. You know, you'd have that infinite alchemy loop. But again, like, well, those things... Because of the Creation Club buffed items, you can do some pretty powerful stuff either way.
Need a ride? Where do you want to go?
Take me to Riften.
Climb and back, and we'll be off.
Yeah, we're doing fine at capacity.
You'll want to watch yourself in Riften. A lot of ways to get yourself in trouble in that town.
Alright, let's first go into... Actually, we could just sleep at our house first. That way I don't have to worry about a vampire attack in Riften, because I actually think starting the Dongar is what causes those random vampire attacks to start happening in town. So they only occur at night.
What do you need, my thing?
What's the hurry?
Watch what you're doing.
Please, someone do something.
There's another thief.
What are you doing? Don't hurt me.
This should be good.
Azura's wisdom to you, friend.
Who is it? Was it a thief again?
All meats guaranteed, clean and free from rock joint.
The fairest prices and the highest quality in Skyrim.
I don't know what's going on there. Yeah, I've never been up here. Apparently in Skyrim, you only get XP for lockpicking something the first time. If you lockpick something and then get relocked later, you do not get XP for picking it again. Got big quarters in. Yep. Oh, neat. People are still freaking out. Oop. Crouched. Not that anybody's in here, but better safe than sorry. What are these people do? Okay. Did a thief run out here, and that's what aggroed him?
Just give up! You can't win!
Oh, God. Oh, is he gonna keep changing cells?
Mercy!
Aren't anymore.
By sure is that?
Yeah, apparently we need to ritually sacrifice one thief to maintain the Thieves Guild every month.
So good to see you again.
Alright. So we got the Riften. For that one.
Divine smile on you, friend.
Yeah, let's head
If
Fort
you're looking
Gongar
for
now.
a handout, you'll want to speak with my husband.
I also know I got the Blackbriar Lodge and the Dark Brotherhood Sanctuary ones. Fortunately, I think we're going to find ourselves run into some annoying places. And let me go ahead and mark all of these so that we can do all these quests. Oh, excuse me.
I'll see you in pieces. Oh well. Must have run off.
Hello.
Wherever the Daedra hide, the Vigil of Stendarr will cast them into the light. Stendarr be with you.
Interesting decision that despite the Vigil getting destroyed, they still have the Vigilant Patrols, because they could have disabled that. I guess it's a big enough organization.
Who's there?
Wood? Nakast!
Well, Serana, you gotta keep up. Oh, okay.
I'm impressed you could find a moth priest so quickly.
You tell me more about the old Dawnguard?
Only what I've heard. Back in the Second Era, the Jarl of Riften had a son. Adventurous type. Too much for his own good, it seems. Wound up turning into a vampire. The Jarl, unable to kill his own son, spent a fortune building this keep and hiring men to guard it. Their job was to keep the Jarl's son contained within. They took it seriously, and served honorably. They were eventually forced to put him down. The Jarl banished them from the hold, but they stuck to their cause. Fought vampires wherever they found them. I aim to continue that mission.
Interesting, because he mentions...
Keep your eyes open.
He mentions, you can sit down like that, Serana. Serene mentioned that, the old Dawnguard turned into vampires. Does he have the scroll? I know I can literally see the scroll in Serana, but does he have it?
For the reading? Yeah. Just let the old man know when you're ready.
My trip to Skyrim has become quite the adventure. Ah, hello there.
Glad you made it there safely, Dexian. Or, okay, what do you know about the Elder Scrolls?
Not as much as I would like. Even after spending decades of my life in study of the Elder Scrolls, they remain a great mystery to me. It's true for most of my brothers in the Order as well. We don't really know where the scrolls came from or who wrote them. What we do know is that some are born with the special gift to read the Elder Scrolls. These chosen few can divine events of the past and future within the scrolls, though in time, it drives us to blindness. I'm afraid there's not much more to tell. Even today, the Elder Scrolls remain a great enigma.
What do you do exactly?
It is our sacred duty to study the Elder Scrolls. We read these ancient scrolls of prophecy in order to divine the future, and we use that knowledge to aid the Emperor. Sometimes, we venture out into the world in search of more scrolls for our library at the White Gold Tower. That is the very purpose that first brought me to Skyrim.
The White Gold Tower?
It is the great spire at the heart of the Imperial City, among the tallest towers in all of Tamriel. The lower floors are home to the Imperial Council, and the Order of Moth Priests occupies the middle floors. The tower suffered damage in the recent war with the Aldmeri Dominion, and is not what it once was. I hope one day to see it restored to its former glory.
Glad you made it here safely, Dexian.
Ah, my rescuer. It's good to see you again.
Mike Page made you feel welcome?
It's not exactly the hospitality I'm used to, but your man Isran has seen to my needs well enough. And might I add, this is a remarkable fortress. I have colleagues back home that would love to study this place in detail.
You're prepared to read the Elder Scroll?
Oh, most certainly. Let's find out what secrets the scroll can tell. Now, if everyone will please be quiet, I must concentrate.
Based on the book, the scroll could just tell him, oh, your next reading will be your last.
Of a great bow. I know this weapon. It is Oriel's bow. Now a voice whispers, saying, among the night's children, a dread lord will rise. In an age of strife, when dragons return to the realm of men, darkness will mingle with light, and the night and the day will be as one. The voice fades and the words begin to shimmer and distort. But wait, there is more here. The secret of the bow's power is written elsewhere. I think there is more to the prophecy, recorded in other scrolls. Yes, I see them now. One contains the ancient secrets of the dragons, and the other speaks of the potency of ancient blood. My vision darkens, and I see no more. To know the complete prophecy, we must have the other two scrolls. I must rest now. The reading has made me weary.
Come on, old man. You should get some rest.
Do you have a moment to talk?
Sure, just let me mark that down. So it's our first quest actually completed this stream, Prophet. So we're getting at least one quest complete. It's been a while since we didn't do any quests in a stream. So nice to avoid that. Plus we got at least 2 others turning.
Do you... a moment to talk?
Hello.
Do you have a moment to talk?
What's on your mind?
That moth priest, Dexian. He said we needed 2 other Elder Scrolls. I think I know where we can start looking.
Why didn't you say something earlier?
Half the people in your little crew would just as soon kill me as talk to me. That doesn't exactly make me want to open up. I got a warmer welcome from my father, and that's saying something.
What is it between you two?
Ever since he decided to make that prophecy his calling, we kind of drifted apart. I don't even think he sees me as his daughter anymore. I'm just... a means to an end.
Where's the Elder Scroll?
We need to find my mother, Valerica. She'll definitely know where it is. And if we're lucky, she actually has it herself.
You didn't know where she went.
The last time I saw her, she said that she'd go somewhere safe. Somewhere that my father would never search. Other than that, she wouldn't tell me anything. But the way she said it, someplace he would never search. It was cryptic, yet she called attention to it.
Sounds like she was being cautious.
Maybe. What I can't figure out is why she said it that way. Besides, I can't imagine a single place my father would avoid looking. And he's had all this time, too. Any ideas?
Hiding with the Dawnguard?
They'd be even less welcoming to her than they've been to me. It would have been a bloodbath. And since the Dawnguard are still around, that must not have happened. Any other ideas?
Sealed away like you were? Oh, yeah, so I looked it up. So apparently there's only... There's only one way you can soft lock yourself out of that, and that's if you do... when you talk to her before, and you do... You can ask her how she became... whether she's always been a vampire, and then in that dialogue chain, you can ask her if she's ever thought about curing herself, and if you do that, then you're locked out from curing her. According to the wiki, that's the only sequence that you need to avoid. And then when you finish the quest line, you need to not be sarcastic when talking about curing herself.
I don't think so. She said she wanted to stay awake in case the situation was resolved. It had to be one of us, and, well, she's so much more powerful than I am. It just made sense for her to be out here. Anything else?
Are you with the Dawnguard?
I doubt my mother would waste her time with those fools. They probably would have tried to kill her, and that has a way of souring relationships. Any other ideas?
In Castle Volkihar?
Wait, that almost makes sense. There's a courtyard in the castle. I used to help her tend a garden there. All of the ingredients for our potions came from there. She used to say that my father couldn't stand the place. Too peaceful.
Isn't that pretty risky, staying around the castle?
Oh, absolutely. But my mother's not a coward. That is, I don't think we'll actually trip over her there, but it's worth a look.
They're going to let us use the front door.
True, but I know a way we can get to the courtyard without arousing suspicion. There's an unused inlet on the northern side of the island that was used by the previous owners to bring supplies into the castle. An old escape tunnel from the castle exits there. I think that's our way in.
Go to the castle's secret entrance.
It's around the side of the castle. Let's move.
Divines guide you. Need something? Speak with Gunmar. He has something for you.
Good day, friend. Keeping well?
It looks like I can have them as followers now.
Do you have a moment?
Gunmar and I have been talking and, well, we're slightly worried. We both realized that if Isran's even allowed us in here, he must be really concerned. And if he's that concerned, the situation must be pretty bad. Make sense?
You're worried about what we're up against?
Yes. These vampires are a new threat, and a truly deadly one. Gunmar and I agree that we're going to need Florentius to help. Gunmar and I have a lot of work to do here, so we were hoping that maybe you could track him down.
Who's Florentius?
He's a priest of Archay. Well, he was. It's complicated. He's a little eccentric, but we can trust him, and we could definitely use his skills.
Where can I find him?
Well, that's the thing. We don't know where he is. Haven't seen him in years. I think he had regular contact with the Vigilance, and I know Isran kept track of them. So maybe you could ask Isran if he knows anything? Just keep in mind that he might not like the idea. Hope you're getting along with Isran. He'd take some getting used to. I like what Isran has done with the place. It's good to see someone else who's really prepared.
Why wouldn't Isran like me ask about Florentius?
The two of them just never got along. That's why Isran didn't have you go looking for him when he sent you after us.
I'm back from Dampall Mine.
You're back and alive to boot. Fantastic. I see. Clever dwarves. With a similar technique and a little tinkering, I should be able to improve the capabilities of our crossbows. I often wonder where we'd be if the Dwemer were still around. Oh well. We'll have to manage with the scraps we find. Here, let me show you how it's made. Assuming you have the smithing skills, you should be able to make this yourself at Gunmar's Forge. Either way, I'll have some for sale soon.
What do we got for sale?
I'll buy whatever you're looking to get rid of. Very few people appreciate all the horrible things that can happen to you if you're not being cautious.
Okay, so one thing I want to check, because I bet that is technically considered a Radiant quest, so we're at 245 quests completed.
There are at least 30 different ways of being attacked and killed in your own home at any given moment.
What can I do to help?
I've got more leads on additional Dwemer plans. Those last ones helped me immensely. If you could collect this one for me, it's sure to result in extraordinary success. Until next time.
So these ones are, again, Radiant ones, where eventually you run out of ones to do. What I do for Arneal's... Arneal's Endeavor, Part 1, Part 2, Part 3. I'll just name this one, like, Ancient Technology, Part 1. Because that one eventually you find over. Okay, where is Gunmar? Alright, so these guys are regular trolls. I think you find regular trolls in Riften, which makes sense. He's got regular trolls, but usually you're fighting frost
Cozy
trolls.
little place, isn't it? This is fine for now, but we can't stay holed up here forever. This is everything I've got right now.
Killed the vampire masquerades a traveling merchant.
Very good. That's one less monster we need to worry about. Though there's plenty more where he came from. Be ever watchful.
What can I do to help?
I've discovered the whereabouts of a vampire lair. Destroying the head vampire is usually sufficient to scatter its minions, though it's best to destroy every last one of them. Good luck.
Alright, so it's hide and seek, which is a radiant one. We at least did 3 quests today. Alrighty, Serana.
I knew it would come to this one day. I knew. And no one believed.
You heard the scroll reading, now do you believe Serana?
I heard a lot of vague nonsense. You could interpret that 100 different ways. Only thing that stood out for me was Ariel's bow. That's a powerful weapon, and I sure as oblivion don't want the vampires to get hold of it. The Moth Priest can stay here for now. As for the vampire, I still don't trust it, so keep it on a leash. Speak with Gunmar. He has something for you.
May find someone named Florentius.
Who said something? Soreen or Gunmar? I thought they'd have learned their lesson by now. I don't trust that man, and I don't want him here.
Serene thought we need his help.
I suppose she's right. I shouldn't let my personal feelings get in the way. Last I heard of him, he was aiding the vigilance of Stendarr at Runvald. He may still be there. If he can maintain some appearance of normalcy, I'll allow him to stay. Watch up. Back.
Volvold's Cave, find Florentius. Well, where's... Oh, wait, so where's Runvald? So it's probably spawned in next to that.
Yes? What did you need? Oh, what is it?
Any clues about the other Elder Scroll?
Dexian said something about that scroll. What was it? Something to do with dragons, I think. Maybe we should try asking at the College of Winterhold. Sounds like something they'd know about.
Were you and Valerica close?
Before my father became obsessed with a prophecy, my mother and I spent quite a bit of time together. She was very fond of our alchemical garden in the castle courtyard. She taught me quite a bit about cultivating quality regions.
You always got along?
Like the best of friends. I would never hesitate to share anything with her.
But then it all changed?
It was very sudden. It was almost like one day we were a normal family, and then the next, I didn't know who they were. I'd try to visit my mother in the garden, and she'd quickly shoo me away, saying she was much too busy.
That's why we're headed there?
She had to be up to something in that garden. I'm hoping it's a clue that will tell us where she went.
How about your family?
There's not a whole lot to tell. You've already seen my father's obsession. My mother's not a whole lot better, but you'll see that soon enough.
Were you close with them?
My father... No, not really. I did spend a lot of time with my mother, but she saw me more like a protege than a daughter. What about you? What were your parents like?
See, this line is very important, because this line is one of my big grievances with people saying that being Dragonborn is inherited. Because in this moment, you can say, canonically, that the Dragonborn's parents are still alive. Because both of these kind of imply that. This presumably implies that they are dead. But if you establish that the Dragonborn's parents are alive, and if the Dragonborn blood is hereditary, then you're not the last Dragonborn, because if your parents are still alive, one of them must be Dragonborn if it's hereditary, and it also means any kids you have would also be Dragonborn. So the idea of you being the last Dragonborn doesn't make any sense in that instance, nor the Greybeard saying that that you know, whether or not you're the only Dragonborn of the age. They don't say, oh yeah, I mean, if you've got any family, you know, any kids or parents or grandparents or aunts and uncles, a bunch of them could be Dragonborn also.
There's not a... You've already seen my father's obsession. My father... What about you? What were your parents like? You're a good son.
Aww. I tried.
Yeah, let's just keep going. Yes? What did you need?
Serana's like, let's keep going, immediately sits down.
What? Nakas!
Do I have...
Yes? I hope the vampires try to attack us here. A lot easier than hunting them down in their holes.
So that is definitely a separate dungeon location. Alright, I think that's where we gotta call it here for tonight, because I do have work tomorrow morning that I gotta be up for. So, thanks everybody for tuning in. You know, we only got one Dongar quest done, but we got some other stuff done. We found, like, 2 Gems of Baron's Aya? Yeah. Yeah, pretty sure. So we only have 5 more we gotta find, and yeah, I'm definitely gonna need to mark down where all these are and track it down that way. But yep. Subscribe if you want to see more. Keep up to date. We should be nearing the end, hopefully. Vermont says, my understanding is being Dragonborn is spiritual, not genetic. Yeah, so that's one of the things. The Book of the Dragonborn...
Let's move faster. The sun is... It's not great for my skin, if you know what I mean.
His Dragonborn parts, right. Well, so the whole thing is, like, the concept of the Septims being Dragonborn emperors complicates things. Because, you know, the whole thing... The whole plot line of Oblivion is that you need to find a new Dragonborn emperor. that's why you got to find Martin Septim. The implication being that by being Uriel Septim's son, he has the Dragonborn blood. So that implies that there is some sort of hereditary component to it. But at the same time, it's a question of there's no... For the Septim Emperors, because they never actually fought any dragons, and none of them really learned the Thum aside from Tiber Septim, to my knowledge. There's no real evidence to support any of them being Dragonborn, except for the lighting of the Dragonfires. But then when they light the Dragonfires, it depends, were they Dragonborn before they lit the Dragonfires, or were they only Dragonborn after they lit the Dragonfires? And so the Dragonfires are just Akatosh. The lighting of the Dragonfire is actually a ceremony which makes someone Dragonborn when they do it. And that's a big plot point in like Elder Scrolls Online, is the idea that Baron Aquilarius or whatever, Mana Marco tells him that he can use the Amulet of Kings to try and convince Akatosh to recognize him as Dragonborn. But then it's really a question of, like, is that just, like, Akatosh... And it's also a question of, is it really Akatosh recognize him? Because I don't believe any of the Septims ever failed to light the Dragonfires. Even Pelagius the Mad, who is presumably not a good emperor. So then it's a question of, like, why would Akatosh have recognized him as emperor unless there was a hereditary component? Or maybe he's just like, good enough, I just need a body out there. So it is complicated, and that's one of the things with the Book of the Dragonborn, is that it's not clear. It's kind of can be considered hereditary, but is that more like an emperor thing with the lighting of the Dragonfires? Or, how does that apply to, like, other Dragonborn? We just don't really know. And I mean, the Greybeards themselves say that in recognizing, the idea that with Alduin's return that we appear as a Dragonborn, they're like, that's not a coincidence. Like, that is clearly a plan by Akatosh, and, like, do we really have, like, Dragonborn parents? Because also, like, realistically, if we're, like... Because in theory... Well, and then this also gets into the problem with, like, because people will say that, like, Riemann and Tiber Septim have a common ancestor with Alessia, who first made the Covenant, so they have Dragonborn blood through, like, descent from Alessia. But even that doesn't really work, because Miraak is supposed to be the first Dragonborn, and as far as we know, like, Miraak must probably existed before Alessia was Dragonborn. So then again, it's like, clearly it's more of like Akatosh bestows the gift upon mortals in some way, shape, or form. And also the idea that Riemann and Tiber Septim are descended from Alessia by some common ancestor throws a whole monkey wrench into it, because if that's the case, like, if somebody's bloodline has basically survived for that long, that means that you probably have tons and tons of people that are all related to that one person. So then, like, 5% of the population of Cyrodiil or something is all going to have Alessia as a common ancestor or something. And, they're all going to be Dragonborn. In fact, I know we said we're going to have the stream, but I'll look this up since we're not actually playing the game all that much. Let me pull up what percent of Europe is related to Charlemagne. Yeah. So, like, okay, so just reading this a little bit, because he lived so far long ago and Charlemagne presumably had descendants that survived, every European or some person with European ancestry is a descendant of Charlemagne, and Charlemagne lived, like, 1200-ish years ago. So in the Elder Scrolls universe, Alessia lived about 3,000? No, Alessia would have lived 200, by the time of Skyrim, 200 plus 400, 600 plus 900, 1,500 plus about 3,000. So 4,500 years ago. So she had any, if all her descendants, enough of her descendants managed to survive long enough that they survived through some great filter events, which, like plagues and stuff, they didn't all die out within like 1 or 2 generations, which I believe they did because the Alessian Empire survived for a while. That would imply that, like, everyone in Cyrodiil is descended from Alessia, meaning that, like, everybody, if it's purely hereditary, then, like, everybody in Cyrodiil is Dragonborn. And presumably then, like, that's long enough, like, and if Tiber Septim was also Dragonborn, like, everybody in Skyrim would be Dragonborn. All those guards would have been eligible Dragonborn. And, no, it's not. Like, you can even be an Argonian who, according to notes on racial phylogeny in the Elder Scrolls universe, like, men and mer races, where most of the only dragon, I think some of the Elder Scroll, some of the Septim Emperor/Empresses were Dunmer. I think Kateria was a Dunmer, but anyways, they, men and mer they can have children and have offspring, but there's no documentation of descendants through the Khajiit and Argonians that they're interfertile. So then, like, the idea that an Argonian could somehow be descended from Alessia is, like, not supported by anything in the Elder Scrolls universe. But yeah. So, anyways, yeah, that's a little bonus excerpt for that. But yeah, I'm going to get going here. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in, and I will see you all next time. Bye. Ever have more Elder Scrolls trivia you want to discuss, also feel free to bring it up in the streams. I love talking about this stuff. Alright, have a good week, everybody.